From the CW's Life Unexpected to Wonder Woman 1984, most recognized Kristoffer Polaha from his countless roles on screen. But now he's adding romance novelist to his bio with the release of his first book, Moments Like This. And Kristoffer is joining us now. Good to see you. How are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Listen, it's awesome that you're kind of switching gears with your career in this way. Have you always been a writer?
No, I mean, I've written in my journal and I've written, screenplays and plays in college and poetry. Like if you follow me on Twitter, I write like haikus a day kind of thing, like intermittent,
Yeah.
never a novel and never for anyone to read, to actually like buy and read. So it's an exciting new journey. The way that it happened was at the beginning of the pandemic, when quarantine just started, this woman named Anna Gomez reached out to me because she had heard that I was interested in taking IP and turning it into movies. And so I wanted to take a meeting. So we had it just like this. We were on a Zoom meeting and I read all of her books and I was like, I don't think that any of them are kind of for the Hallmark audience. And she's like, well, it's funny. I'm actually starting a series of novels basically geared towards the Hallmark audience. And since I've done a lot of those films. And I said, well, one of the best ways to sell something is if we own the IP. Like if I were to be a part of that, if you ever wanted to collaborate on anything.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to collaborate on the series? And I was like, hold on a second. You mean all 5 books right now? And she's like, I said, you should go think about it for the weekend.
No, you say yes.
I said yes. She offered. I was like, of course. And I was like, are you sure you want to do that? And so she said yes. I was filming this summer Jurassic World 3, which was like a really amazing experience.
Yeah.
And I had to spend a month in quarantine, basically.
Yeah.
And we were all stuck at this hotel. So I literally wrote for a month of my life. I would get up in the morning and I'd start typing. And the way that it was this beautiful kind of back and forth is she would send me a chapter. So that was like my writing prompt. I would respond. I would send her something back. It would prompt her to write something. So it was a really cool sort of collaboration. It's called From Kona with Love, the series. And this first book is Moments Like This. And we start with our sort of heroine, whose name is Andy Matthews. She's a total baller in Chicago. She is like a CFO of a $1 billion corporation. And she's kind of burnt out and she's given everything up for her career. And she literally kind of burns out. So when we meet her, she's in the hospital because she's fainted. And so the things that she was wanting didn't pan out for her. And she gave up a relationship. She gave up a whole bunch of stuff. But her best friend, Appy, lives in Hawaii. Family owns a plantation. She owns a coffee shop. And she's like, listen, you're a business maverick. I would love your help. Why don't you come take a break? Come to Hawaii, run the shop for a little while. So she does. Now, I lived on Hawaii. I don't know if you guys remember the show North Shore.
I was going to say, was it inspired by North Shore, your character on North Shore? Because, I mean, it is set in Hawaii. And I thought, if the plan is to bring this to the screen, too, like, what a great idea to set it in Hawaii.
I mean, when my kid was born in Hawaii, my wife and I spent our first marriage in Hawaii. It was a really beautiful experience. And without sort of spoiling it for the locals, I did want to share that there is a bit of magic on the island.
That's not the only thing that you're doing. You recently starred in Wonder Woman 1984, this little film called Wonder Woman 1984 as Handsome Man. I'm just curious, when you get a script that the character name is Handsome Man, are you like, I got this in the bag. No, I am Handsome Man.
No, you're like,
or are you kind of like, it's kind of funny to you?
You're like, how's my hair? I gotta start running. I got the extra weight on.
I just want to mention, last but not least, you got you spent this time not only writing a book, but also you created this positive Instagram series.
So it's called the Polaha Chautauqua. A friend of mine, Liz Tigler, who she just posted that the Indigo Girls were doing this live concert, and this was like,
God, I love the Indigo Girls.
They're amazing. And I watched these 2 women just doing the thing that they loved, and they were giving it away for free, and the sun was filling their living room. It made me feel really good.
Yeah.
And I just started going live because I was a little afraid of what was happening, and I just wanted to reach out and talk to people. But I was also curious, like, what was happening in New York? What is happening in the UK? And so it was this way to talk to each other. And then I think within like 3 weeks, I named it the Polaha Chautauqua, and then it started to take shape. And then we did this thing where we just started exploring, what it means to be kind and what it means to be patient and what it means to be good and faithful and filled with joy and love. Yeah. And so it became this really beautiful community.
I'm going to check out Polaha Chautauqua.
Here you go. You got it right.
All right. Well, it has been such a pleasure catching up with you today. Check out Moments Like This. It's available in bookstores and on digital now. Kristoffer, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.